going to start recording. So now there are different ways that HTTP request, except when you copy the URL. Okay, there are ways it could come. But what is important there is you just understand it. All right. Just understand it. So what I'm going to show you now is, right, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen now. So, assuming I have a workflow, like I said, I'm not going to build a workflow around it. I'm just going to explain that problem you're passing. Assuming I have a workflow passing and I went to copy a CURL that came the way that that API came. All right, let me show you here. That API, blah blah blah. Let me get to. Sorry, let me just here. Let me go check for instance. All right. Assuming I'm supposed to see URL you. Sort of. Okay. Now this is it. Let me copy here, right? And please always do not review your API. Okay. So here I paste this and I import. Sometimes it could come like this. So when it comes like this, you don't need to go and start looking for the JSON section. Do you understand? You don't need to go there to start looking for JSON, which means this setup does not need JSON. Look at it here. That day I talked about Q, that you see Q. Q means query. This is the Q here, which means this is what you're searching for. On the other one, I went to the JSON, went and changed this, right? But on this one, this is what you're now going to map. Q is now the query. The location, and they gave you placeholders. The location will now be this. The name, the domain name is Google. You don't change that one. HL is the language. Country, this is country, is this. Then the API key. All right. You want to add query parameters, you can add. Now, sometimes when you're working with this, let me add this here. When you're working with APIs, right? Most times you make use of your AI, right? You make use of your AI. And the reason you make use of your AI is, for instance, the first time I worked with SAP API, I wanted to change location to Nigeria. It didn't change. Do you understand? Let me show you. Coffee. Let me say coffee shop. Coffee shop in Abuja, Nigeria. Okay. Here is US. If I change this to Nigeria, let's say your map, let's say your phone, for instance, has, you understand? Showing what? Unsupported country parameter. So the GL is supposed to be a country code. You understand? If I come here and say NG, let's see if it's going to. But you see everybody telling your phone that is going to feel NG, CAD, CN for China, AU for Australia, I mean AUS. You see everybody that knows that they're going to do that. So what you do, you will get a parameter that will name this, that will recognize it as country. Okay, instead of GL, you will get. I think it's is it okay? HL is language. There's one that you will get, and you set it. It could require you sometimes that you're going to even set the radius, especially when you're using the map. Set radius, okay, to be say 50 kilometer or 30, or you're going to set those things internally. If not, it could give you error. Just like I showed you here now, I use Nigeria here and it shows error, invalid. But because I've used NG, but there's another thing here. Look at this. If I go to here, look at location requested, Abuja, Nigeria. Location you, Abuja Federal Capital, right? So, and GL, okay? Device is desktop. So it did work, it provided it correctly. So let's see the result. Let's see the result. Oh, let me use organic result. Have a, yeah, it search correctly, but so sometimes you will be having issues like this. Okay, if you have issues like this. So why I always tell you to do something extra more than where I stop is that, so that when I am explaining it in the actual class, you will find it easier to understand. So for some of you who ignored the SAP API assignment, this will be a story to you. It will be very new to you. Okay, but for those who did it, you will understand better what I'm talking about. And that is the best way to learn. Do you understand? That's the best way to. If you check every assignment I've given you, go home and try. I will still come back and I will now explain it in the next class. All right. Let me check it. I think some people are raising their hands. Okay, Amarachi, go ahead.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
So my question is for this SEP API,
Mhm.
where is the actual documentation to read through to in order to configure and integrate it to other apps?
This is SAP API here. Okay. Here, look at it here. Search query, session. Okay. You can go to the playground, but let's assume we don't need. Now, API parameter. Look at it. Q. So what does Q do? You can read all this. What does location do? You understand? You go down, you can read them. These are other parameters. Even if you do not understand this, okay, now look at it. This is the GL. Okay. GL parameter defines the country for you, okay, the country to use for Google search. Can you see? And it is what? In code, UK, US, FR, and all those, right? HL defines the language. BR defines multiple countries to limit search to. All right. IR defines multiple languages. Do you understand? So these are the documentations. What do they stand for? And all those. You get, then if you now want to use the JSON, you also go ahead to look for the JSON. He also gave you the API example with few coffee parameters, and it showed you. Now this is the JSON output or output example, or the example though. You copy this and put it to your JSON. I think it's going to work. No, sorry, this is the output. This is the example of the output, but let's give it check for it. All
I
right.
mean,
See,
it didn't come very well explained like the previous one you did. So
yes, yes, like I always say, all APIs are body. Nobody knows for sure how the next API or integration is going to be. I said it from the day one, right?
yeah,
But it is your patience and understanding in reading them. If you don't understand, don't even if what you're looking for is not there, fix all those things, copy that note, feed it to your child GPT to advise you or tell you what you want to add. Okay, it will help you to add. All
Okay.
right.
One more question.
Right. I'm happy to always answer you. You particularly.
So now the job stuff we did, the job search, I was wondering the possibility of getting fetching the link to the job.
Yes, yes, the links to the job are there. On your search results, you click with the link. Remember that you're going to map, you use your edit field to define fields that you need, right? Now, the search link is going to be here, or the result link is going to now this is location map, right? Let me check for local results, inline videos, related questions, organic results. Okay, this organic result have, let's see if we can have the definition. Okay, this doesn't have the link, but however, yeah, okay, this is Google search, right? However, on the search result, let's see the search result. There, the search result, the local result, they will have links. They will have links, and those links you need time to clean them. All right. Let me see. I think the tablet has direct links, right? This is the link here. However, this is the result here. So, I want to look for subject live. Related results also have Google search. All right. Okay. Let me go back there. I use Google search, right? I use Google search. Search on this area of view. Let's check another kind of search. Let's check another search. There is a. Let's check. Search. Okay, we use Google Jobs, right? On tablet. Where is Google Job? Yeah, this is Google Job. But this Google Job is I but if you're searching for companies, just use map. Use map. Map is way better. If you're searching for like want to generate leads, use map. It's way better. Let me copy this. Uh, go here and import this here with URL. Now you see that here I've changed to Google Job. Value has changed to, so let me say, what should I do? Information and yeah, okay, what should I do? Location. Let's see location. Yeah, was HR, GFUS, but the basic thing that changed here is the engine. It uses different inputs, right? So let's see, the Texas, these are the three stars. So let's see if it can use job. There's something else I used to do. Let me show you this. Let me do it. There's something else I used to do. okay, job results, sorry, the job results. Job results. Then the Google search here. It didn't come up with. Okay, yeah. This is a soft link. Right? This soft link, you clean it. Do you understand? Now let's see if this soft link is actually okay. Now you can see this, and this is 28 days ago. There is parameter you can add here to unique days to few days instead of 28 days. So there is a parameter you can use, or you can do a normal Google search. All right. But one thing I need you to understand is that um, aside the fact that there are different uh, search providers, right? They will not give all the same answers. Something like Amplify, for instance. Yeah, Amplify is more expensive, but Amplify will give much better results. You understand? We give you much better explicit results. Not explicit in the bad way, but I mean like direct results. Sorry. Want to search for jobs, just provide the those. One set for company, provide it company. One set for this, because they are dedicated agents doing those work, and pay $10 per 1,000, $10 per 1,000 results on Amplify. Right. So let's assume we want to, let's check this job here if it is valid or not. So I copy, I go here, I paste. Oh yeah, good. It is valid. See? Valid. All right. So which means that, and one downside with job now is this. Okay. Sorry. Let me check it. Description at Volleyball. Are you sure this person is not Tinubu's person at Volleyball? At volleyball. Probably. At volleyball, look at it here, right? At volleyball, blah 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 blah. Then there's another limitation in job search. There's another limitation in job search. Sometimes you hide information for you. You could experience it sometimes that it could be that API will intentionally hide information from you. Maybe phone number or email address will hide it. There's nothing you can do about it. Understand? There's nothing you can do. So let's check here. Origination, probably request, okay. All right. So this here is the link. You consider for this page, you must fill out this survey. And for those, let's check something here. Is it the same with that there? Is it the same? Let's see. Lot of these jobs of just this discussion that why they say question that survey is my choice blah blah that discussion blah blah blah. Okay. So yeah, J DJCEO DJ, yeah, it's right. So you can actually use the code note further to clean this and extract these results, or we go or we use a particular node which I like. But then when there are situations like this, when you get wrong results, let me show you. So we are entering AI today, so I'm reading. So if you're lost, I have not really started it. But if you're lost, just chill. All right. Let me come here and map it. How many results did it provide? Okay, yeah, this is one item. Okay, so I would rather check my state and see how split here. But this is going to be tied with the cost. Split the, let's see how it's going to work here. particular um, search result is what we need, right? Where the search result? Let's make them to go one. Search parameter, okay, search result. So let's see search result. And like I see 10 items are here, but before it was one item, right? So now this is split for you. So we are only splitting these job results. Okay, it will now split and bring out every job item one by one. Company name, you see how it brings them out. That's what out this. So these are those things I taught you guys at the beginning, but it looked like okay, they were too manual, you may not enjoy them, but right now, see how we are using them. Okay. Okay, so let me go here. So I need this, let me say I need company title, uh email, location, so not sharing. Okay, you can just mark all these other ones, right? Soft link, okay, description, description. Can we mark all the job highlights? All right, fine. Let's map and see. It's going to come as an array, but let's see though how it would come out. Then job highlight one. So this came out of object. Okay, we can also use code notes to responsibilities. Can use code notes to do what? Yeah. So yeah, this is this now, right? It's coming as what? Okay, that's fine. Let me map from here and see how it comes. Undefined. Okay, undefined. But then let's consider and see. Sometimes it will happen and it goes. But we need to convert it. Then how to apply one, how to another, how to apply again. Apply zip recruiter, another application, another option to apply. Fill HQ. These are those names we are looking for. Another option to apply again. The another option to apply again. BB, job target. Let me not put all the application link, the job ID link, and let me execute and see that particular error to see what it's going to look like. Yeah, it provided null, right? But then in production, you just go ahead and you probably map them one by one and clean them up, right? So this is it now, 10 items. Okay. So if you now want to work on these jobs one by one, what would you do? You put loop. Someone was asking what scenarios do we use split out? So let's say we put loop now, for instance. Let's say we put loop. Okay, and to replace this with wait. To replace this with wait. So let's replace that loop with wait. Right? If we want to work on this job one after the other, one after the other. So let's see how it's going to work now. This wait, let me put 3 seconds. So it will take 3 seconds will be 30 seconds. And then I execute all. See? 1 has gone, 2 has gone, 3 has gone, 4 has gone, 5 has gone, 6 has gone, 7 has gone, 8 has gone, 9 has gone, and 10 has gone. Now, you see that 10 here has gone through, right? And they are now waiting to continue in the workflow. So you finish making use of this. So assuming you want to use AI to write for you want to use AI to write for the job application and get them ready, or you're making a workflow for people to apply for jobs for people. You understand? To apply for jobs for people that they will make use of this thing. Okay, so it means that for each person that comes there to search, so first of all, pick page one page which is 10 results. You understand? And flow. Now look at this. Let me open this way. 10 over 10, which is 3, right? All of them now have stuff, okay? But if I now come here and aggregate them, aggregating them means they will start flowing as one item. But splitting them enables splitting that job search, only the job search, or only the search results, enabled me to unpack all those jobs, those 10 job results. I have to enabled me to unpack them to be 10 different job results, but that's flowing differently. But before I came to the split mode, they all came as only single output. You understand? But when I now split them, only if you remember what I did, I only used one parameter, which is the job search result, right? Which split all of them. Now, assuming you wanted to work on these jobs separately, you have to cannot work on them separately. You're just going to work on them as one, as only one result, as only one data. Understand? So let me say, for instance, let me say, let me put Gmail here and show you. Let me put Gmail here. Let me put Gmail here and also show you another extended functionality of this loop and wait. But I hope you guys now understand how loop and wait work, how split work, and how the HTTP node works. I hope this gives you a clearer understanding of it, right? Let me put my email. So this comes here, all right? But let me just use only the job description. That's my email. Okay, and I come here. I come here, I send feedback. Why am I sending it back? Because I am using the data inside. So wherever, if I'm using the data inside, that is where the loop is going to be. So until this loop finishes, the workflow is not going to continue. So if I wanted to continue this workflow, maybe adding another node, so that when the loop finishes, the workflow will continue. It's now here. I will add other nodes, right? But the reason for my loop is any reason for my loop is going to be inside there. This storage, this and sending, this AI will be inside here. If you leave them from inside here and put it here, see the same thing. But this one will only continue when all of them have gone through. Right? I have a question now. So you guys just watch. That this email has sent, the first email has sent, wait is waiting. The second email has sent again. Right? Third email has sent, but let me stop it. So that is how it's going to send and send and send. Let me go to my email so you see how they must have gone now. Yes. See? Job description as doing automation engineer. This is automation engineer. So these are actually confirmed different job. Tools and automation engineer. This is actually confirmed different job. System and automation engineer. Right? So that is it. So if you wanted to build a system around it using what's it called? If you wanted to build a system around it using AI to write this business aspect, we are going to enter AI, right? That brings an end our manual automation. That does not mean manual automation use cases are finished, but because even in your AI, you're still going to make use of all these things. Do you understand? So, any question before I continue? I hope it wasn't confusing to anybody. I wanted to be like, if Kyria no ask questions today, I will just end this class. Kyria, go ahead.
Sorry, sorry. I tried not to ask. I tried not to show my face. When you looked on your mail, I think I don't know if I didn't see well, but I felt it was going into the inbox rather than the sent mail. So I was a bit confused whether the mail was actually receiving it or sending it out.
No. This is another email here. So I was receiving it in another email. My integrated email, see, look at it. See where the email is coming. I sent it to my other email. Do you understand?
Oh, okay.
So I sent it to myself, my other email. So it's not. So I'm going to receive it in my inbox, another on this email. Okay. This email I'm using here on this N8N is chidima@gmail.com, right? But I sent it to Wiz Chiefs. See Wiz Chiefs, and this is the Chidima.
Oh, okay. It's clear now. You know, you didn't. Yeah,
Right.
oh, it's clear. I missed the part where you added the email manually.
Okay.
Because normally, you know, you just add it as a node
Okay.
there
No.
to receive
For,
exactly. But you added it manually in here. That's why.
yes, for demo's sake, I added the email manually. Make anybody know go they add email manually. You
Okay.
no matter. I know where is. Let me not call name. I know people now that they are going to say, but let me not call name. Let me reserve name. I'm reserving it. I'm not calling it. I'm not exposing anybody. But no go the map except you're sending it to yourself or like you're sending it as a notification to business owner, maybe to a team, a known receiver. But if the receivers are not known, they are going to be dynamic. What is key for them going to be dynamic. All right, it's going to be mapped. It's not hard coded. Okay. Let me before I proceed, let me ask some people questions. I'm actually for you have a question. I'm actually no ask question for this one.
I will understand them later when I understand it.
But it's not difficult now. It's still what we've been doing before. It's just that I'm not using those things to solve the problem. Understand? Yes, I might be a little bit fast. I might have been a little bit fast, but we are still going to repeat things like this using the AI node. Do you understand?
Okay, let me ask one question if I understand it.
Now,
Why did you loop to the email then back to the loop?
you know a circle.
Mhm.
What completes a circle?
What completes a circle? Circle now.
No, like what completes a circle? If it is
2 points.
no, like it starts from a point and comes back to that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's more like it is running, all right? If it's running, then it will come back and tell it, oh, I finished running, or your next one, go.
Okay.
If that one will continue, then it will come back again and say, number 2 is done, number 3, go. Just yes, like you do your relay, for instance. Let's just use relay, but it's not relay is not a circle, right? It's just like number 1 is going to give number 2 to start running. Number 6 is now going to give the that speed. What's in the column now? To number 3. Mm-hmm. You understand? So that's so if the loop does not come back, if it doesn't come back, those 10 items will not run. It comes back because one has finished going. Yes, a good instance is this. It might be funny or somehow. Let's say you're in a house. We have 3 dogs, 10 dogs with us. Let's say you're in a house where you pass 10. And 10 of you have only one restroom in your house. Only one restroom in the house. And all the 10 of them want to do what? They want to eat themselves. First person will go in, Abby. The person will go in and will come out and say, hey, number 2, I'm done. Oh. You can go and eat yourself. Number 2 will go. Number 2 will go in and come out and say, oh, number 3, I'm done. Oh, go and eat yourself. And so that is how they will keep going until all of them finish. But one thing you should take note of is this. Look at it. Look at it. 10 items. The first time 10 items loop, but here showed 11 items because there is always an extra run check if it's finished or if it's not finished. Here we'll be reading 10. Inside here we'll be reading 10, but here we'll be reading 11 because this one has to check is it finished or is it not finished. And if you check here, the logo on this loop says run and run. Run, come back and run. Run, come back and run. So if your loop does not come back, if I disconnect this loop here, okay, now let me disconnect the loop and let's see. Can you see that it has stopped?
Yeah.
You see,
Yes.
because it doesn't go back to tell it that I am done running. So in its mind, that one is still running. It's not wrong. It hasn't gone back to tell it that. It is not running or your number 2 proceed. All right, so you have to always come back. Send it back. You're not sending it here, you're not sending it anywhere, but you're sending it here. Right? Is that clear?
Yes. And then why do we use wait?
Perfect answer. Perfect question. So this is normally a loop, right?
Yes.
Loop allows it to go one by one. So by that, not all packets in at once, right? Now, sometimes this API here, this, in as much as you did a direct execution, but it is an API. So there is what we call rate limiting in any app. Now that rate limiting, for instance, Google can tell you, okay, yes, when you were creating your Tably account, you saw something like limit of 100 runs per minute, right? 100 requests per minute. Good. Now, if you run more than, there are more than 100 requests per minute in a minute, that API will be locked. Will be blocked. They might even block your account. You understand? Now, in a situation like that, let us. I don't know for sure though, but Google, I know for sure that Google has rate limit per minute or per second. All right, and they also have per day. You shouldn't send more than 100 emails if you're using a free Google account. Even a free Google account, you shouldn't send more than 100 emails using this API here, using your Gmail node in a day, right? Because they will lock you. Right, you send up to 100, just limit it to 20 a day. If not, they might lock your account. I've sent 100 and they blocked my Gmail, my entire Google account. I had to do verification for them to unlock. And now that API, they've not unlocked that yet. So if Google has if Google has maybe 20 calls per second, Google has 20 calls per second, right? And your data is calling this API because each flow is a call. Each flow is one call. So if I flow this in 10 times, it means 10 calls. So if that 10 calls happens in a second, that call happens 10 times. What are that required um, specifications? They will lock your account, right? Have violated the rating limit. Now you use ways to protect those situations or those instances. Do you understand? So instead of it, yes, you, you have a question. You got me, sir.
No. Continue.
So instead of you to risk it, for instance, okay, yes, Google has about how many ports per minute. So if you now check this rate limiting, what is that API rate limit per second per minute, right? You can now consider that here. You can now put here. So that wait, that is number one. Number two is that sometimes, especially your AI node, right? Especially your AI node, sometimes you could be you could still be processing something after one, another one from by then to break it. Put that your way so that when you finish processing, to wait for calculates another one. Also to protect your workflow from breaking and protect your API from getting restricted. Understand? Also, you can also use weight to trick the customer, trick their psychology. I think I've used the instance that you might send somebody an email, or someone might fill your form, and the person will take that email within 5 seconds. The person will feel like, this is automated. But if you use weight and say maybe 30 minutes, 5 hours, and the person will receive that customized email, the person will feel like, okay, this email was written for me by a human being. You understand the several instances like this. Is that all? Please, everybody, is that all clear?
Yes. But then if now I want to send like 100 emails, which is above what is expected, will this weight remove the restriction?
No. Now there is daily limit. There is seconds, and there is minutes.
Oh, okay.
If your daily limit is 100, what is it? Whether you use quiz, unless you're going to use quiz more than 24 hours.
Okay.
Understand? So if there is daily limit, trust me, once you cross that 100, it will block. If there is hourly limit and you didn't program your weight very well, you'll block it as well.
So it's advisable that whenever you're using loop, you use weight.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Within you're using loop, most times, except you don't have any, except you don't have any external integration. Okay. But most times, the reason you're using loop is to ensure your data goes one by one. If you're ensuring your data goes one by one, and you're probably protecting something, you could just use weight of 1 second or 2 seconds. Yes, it's really longer. Okay. So is that clear, everybody? Should we now go into AI? Oh, I want to hear everybody's voice. So class,
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, yes, sir.
say, say yes, uncle. Class.
Yes,
Yes,
uncle.
Uh,
uncle.
Yes, daddy. Yes, grandpa.
Okay, so we should go. We should proceed, right? No questions. All of that. That thing I just did. We go to our assignment. So, all right. So now we are going into AI now. All right, we are going into AI. Before we do anything, before you get excited and you want to start using chatbots, AI agents, and all those things, N8N, bear in mind that there are other modes which are not really utilized. And before you go into chatbots and all those, right? In as much as chatbot is very exciting, which is why I always tell to study this one on one, not AI chatbot. Get them before you go into chatbot, your voice agent. But if you don't, most likely forget them, most likely forgo them, right? A lot of people say, even on TikTok Live, some of you also have said, you've not seen this note before. You understand? I'm going to introduce you couple of those nodes, their functions, what they do, and to use them and how to use them. However, we may not have to use all of them. People, basic nodes, I am sure that you have.
Can you please check your mic?
Okay. How about now? Can you hear me now? So I was saying that uh, this AI node, right? I'm going to introduce them, how to use them, when to use them, and all. But it's not all of them that we must use because basically you're not even using all of them. Might not use all of it, but you might not even use those others throughout your automation life. Do you understand? So those core ones that I know that a lot of people out there do not use them, but they are required to be used. There is need to use them, just that people do not know that they exist. On TikTok live last night, someone said, I used information extractor. Someone said that she has never seen this node before, but she's already automated. In fact, she learned N8N. I've used the think tool on my live. An AI automator, automation engineer also said she has never seen that think tool before. All right, so there are a couple of those nodes, and so I'm going to show you, and let us get into it. Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
yes,
Okay.
sir, we're ready, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's awesome. So now we are going into that other, we are going into that our rhyming again. So remember, no big boy next, no big girl next. Here we are all students, including me. All right. Now I'm going to go into AI agent. First one is Oga AI agent. Let me remove this. I already introduced this when we did trigger. I introduced it. Let us check this out. AI agent is number one. Now remember there is difference between AI agent, AI nodes, and AI model or LLM. Somebody say LOLM. Everybody say
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello,
LOLM.
hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
everyone.
Hmm.
LOLM.
Hello,
Thank you.
hello, M.
Hello, hello, Emo.
LLM.
Okay, good. Now, what is LLM? LLM is large language model. Large language model is different from your AI agent, right? But your large language models are what powers your AI nodes. That is your AI agent, your text text classifier, your information extractor. Large language model is what powers them. And then what are these large language models? Your Chat GPT, your Grok, your Anthropic, your Google Gemini. Those are large language models. Do you understand? Now, this is an AI agent. Under this AI agent, there's something called chat model. So if I want to integrate a large language model, what that is that LOLM, all right? This is where I will integrate it. I'll just add it here using the if I'm using this AI agent. Now, you will look at my right. What do you see? Anthropic, Azure, AWS, Cohort, DeepSeek, Gemini, Vertex, Grok, Mistral, Lemonade, Olama. I'm going to talk about this Olama. Open Router. I told you to register on Open Router. Vercel, Grok, OpenAI, Lemonade, and Model Selector. They're going to leave Model Selector because you may never use it. Because it's more like you want your AI agent to choose between models when it's not necessary. Do you understand? So these are LLMs. This one by my right. But it is not all of them that are LLM. Example, Olama is not an LLM. It is not a large language model. Rather, it is a housing compartment for large language models. Grok here is also not a large language model. It's an aggregator. That's this red one, not the normal Grok, not the GROK. This GROQ is an aggregator for large language models. Open Router is not a large language model, rather it's an aggregator like large language. Sorry, it's an aggregator for large language models. Now, what are aggregators and what are large language models? You have already said what large language models are, but now what are these aggregators? Now, aggregators, let me choose this Open Router. Aggregators are, okay, see, is there anybody here who doesn't know Jumia? Is there anybody here who does not know Jumia? Anybody? Or, yeah, is there anybody who doesn't know Jumia? Okay, nobody, right? Everybody knows Jumia. You guys know that Jumia, what Jumia does is, Jumia is an e-commerce platform, right? It is true that Jumia have their own products, but let's ignore the fact that Jumia has their own product. Okay? Or yeah, good. Perfecto instance is Uber. Uber, let's take Uber to be an aggregator. Okay? Now, what does Uber do? Uber takes people's cars to run under them. Uber does not own a car. Do you understand? Uber does not manufacture cars, but they take people's cars to run under them. That's the same thing with aggregators. Aggregators do not necessarily own a large language model, but they take other people's large language model to run under them, then make it easier for people to access. Do you understand? For instance, this Open Router chat model here, please listen this part very carefully. Listen to this explanation. If it is possible, mark where the video is. Go back to the video after this class, listen to it again to explain. I'm not going to come and be answering questions about Open Router. Why did I put Open Router later on in the group? I will not answer that question. All right, because I want you to listen carefully. This here is part of the keys to you using your AI goes very well. Do you understand? It's not everything that will go to the group to go and start explaining. Most of them, in fact, be very attentive in class here to listen to explanations. All right. For instance, open router here, if I want to choose between ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, or any other one, I just want to choose anyone. I will use open router. If I open this open router, you will see several large language models hosted inside open router. See as I'm using Mozu to demonstrate this thing. Okay. Now I go here, you see this is Open AI, that's ChatGPT. This is NVIDIA. This is Nose Research. This is Next. This is Morph. This is Moonshot AI. This is Mistral. This is Mistral. This is Minimax. This is Microsoft PHI. This is Metalama. Right? This is Meituan. This is Mansa Liquid. Even the ones we know and the ones we don't know. This is Google Gemini. All right. DeepSeek. So this Olama houses tons of large language models and makes it available for you to use at a go. So instead of you to go and have account on
Olama
yes.
or open router. Sorry.
What?
Olama or open router.
Open router. Olama also does the same, but I will show you how Olama is different. You understand? I'm coming to Olama. Okay. So this open router, what I opened here was open router. Look at it here. Okay. This open router does what? Houses them to, all right, so that all you just need to do is to register on open router, load money on open router, then you are at liberty to choose any of the model you want to use to work. Okay, so they make it easier that instead of you to go and register on Grok differently, subscribe or maybe put your card on Grok, put your card on ChatGPT, put your card on all these one by one, you can just use them. All right. So it's more like now, say, instead of you to go to the parks, register inside parks, all right, or inside taxi parks for them to come and be carrying you, you can just register on Uber. Then you book any car of your choice. That is the same thing with this open router. Do you understand? Same thing with open router. But how is open router different from Olama? Open router and that red Grok, they are similar. That red Grok, not Grok of Elon Musk. I'm not talking about Elon Musk Grok. That red Grok, GROQ, is similar to open router aggregator. Now, Olama is also an aggregator, but Olama makes you host these large language models offline. So if you have a good system that can power maybe GPU, all these GPU systems, right? Then you can host your large language model self-hosted on your Olama. Then you integrate your Olama here. Then you don't need to be subscribing to ChatGPT, to DeepSeek. You don't have to subscribe to them again. Do you understand? You just make use of them. All right, you can host their open source version, just like your N8N here that you host open source version of N8N. That is the same thing Olama does for you. You host open source versions of large language models, whether it is Claude, whether it is ChatGPT, whether it is Grok, whether it is DeepSeek, you use them free of charge on your system. Do you understand? But guess what? You cannot just use it on your system. All right. If you use it on a system that does not meet at least 16 gigabytes RAM, at least 16 gigabytes RAM, and I think about 8 gig graphics card or so, or I think 8 gig graphic card or video memory higher than that and above. Trust me, You can integrate your Olama using lower laptops. Hmm? You'll be happy that you've integrated your Olama, but you send a message. You can just be testing your AI. You send a message, hi. That hi you sent, eh? You will go to lecture, come back. You have your bath, you have your lunch, you go and buy dinner, come back. That high is still processing. Still processing because your system does not meet the requirement. So if you do not have a powerful laptop or a powerful system, don't bother hosting Olama. All right. I don't want to hear some people saying, nah, the hosted Olama is too slow. What can they do? I will not answer you. I don't already talk about. Don't bother doing what? Hosting Olama if you do not have a higher or a large or a GPU system that can power Olama. But the good thing with Olama is that you will use it to run your models offline. But I think you need Node.js. You need to install Node.js too. Okay. Either Node.js, yeah, Node.js, NPM, things like that. Okay. You need to install them to be able to use that Olama. All right. So that is these models and large language model aggregators. And then let's now go to the practical side of the nodes in N8N. All these ones that I explained are just parts of it. What are the other nodes? Aside this AI agent, let me remove this AI agent here. It has siblings or it has kindred. Okay. Let us assume this AI agent is Idode, and this one, let me just add the trigger manually and hide it so that this guy will not be giving me. Wow. Okay, so let me say this guy here is Idode, right? And aside Idode in his community, there is another person. There's another person in Idode's community, and that person is Amarachi of 4. Yeah. After the Amarachi of 4, there is another person, and that person is who? That person is who? Pampida. And aside Pampida, there's another person called uh, Apexo. Okay. I'm just calling your names, but I'm using AI now. Okay, so let me bring all of them here. So this is AI agent. This is information extractor. This is basic LLM chain. This is sentiment analysis. All right, this sentiment analysis, summarization chain, summarization chain. Summarization chain. The question and answer. This never cool question and answer, but I've never had a course to use it. I've not used it, but for the description, let me just add okay, this question and answer. And here we also have, I know some of these you probably have not seen them before, right? We have text classifier. Can people still hear my voice?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, but it's cracking.
Yes.
Okay, is this still cracking?
I think it's fine from
I
me.
think it's better when you hold up your mic.
As in my hand on the pain myself. I don't even know why this is happening. Like lately, I have to go to my mind. Hold on, sorry. Let me do this. Let me put it this way. Let me do a troubleshooting
and see. Let me change the microphone.
Are you using a
Okay.
pointer
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. All right. Let me do something. Now it's not good now like before. Okay, now, right? As I'm saying now.
I think it's clear to me. I mean, I can hear it clearly
Yeah,
here.
it's audible now.
It's better. First Baba Blue or second Baba Blue? Or no. This one is better. Okay. So I want to let me change.
Actually trying to
All right. Okay, someone speak. Let me hear.
Hello.
I can hear you, sir.
I can hear you. Can you hear us? I don't think I hear us.
Are you there, sir?
Okay. How about now? Is it good? Someone speak. Someone can speak. Let me hear.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, very clean. All right, all right. So I've been able to split it. Okay. So I believe nobody wants to see my face now. Anybody? Does anybody? Is my face giving anybody hope? If it's not giving you hope, let me just leave it.
On the camera, oh, thank you. Let's see your face.
All right.
You don't want to miss out on those demonstrations you're always giving.
Those muzzle with muzzle, Abby. All right. So here, okay, these are the AI nodes, right? But there's something here. Let me place these ones this way. Let me place these ones this way by the left. Let me place these ones by the left and place these ones. I see. I've placed these ones by the left, right? Okay. Let me add another set of nodes. Okay. Now, good. Remember when I taught you about app-specific nodes versus core nodes? What was their difference, or what's their difference? The app-specific or app nodes versus core nodes. What's their difference? I need somebody to answer me. What's the difference?
Is it the shape or?
App-based nodes
Okay.
versus core nodes.
What you told us was that app-based nodes are like external apps. Let's say you want to connect to Telegram, to WhatsApp, Instagram, all those other nodes that was not provided by N8N. Like when we're talking about the on-form submits and the likes, all those are core-based nodes. They are produced by N8N themselves.
And whether you like it or not, you
must use one of them. Yeah.
Yes, you must use one or two of them, right? Good. AI has the same thing. Okay. Now, in this, but the thing now is this, right? It could be a little bit confusing at the start, but just take it like it is simple, right? Now, these are, let me close my right hand side. These are core AI nodes. These are nodes that are inherent, just like your core nodes. The way I explained the core nodes to you. Take these ones to be those your core nodes, but these are AI nodes. Then there are language model specific nodes as well. For instance, let me go to AI. Let me go to Google Gemini. You can see analyze audio, transcribe a recording, analyze documents, create a file search store, delete a file search store, list, blah, 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 blah. Do you understand? Message a model and all this. Do you understand? Let me say message a model. Let me use message a model from Gemini. Okay. This is message a model. Then open AI, which is your chat GPT. Open AI. Let me also use message a model from chat GPT. All right. Let me go to Anthropic and also use this same messaging model from Anthropic. Or Grok. Let me use it from Grok. The Grok only has chat model, but that's fine. Let me open Grok. The Grok only has chat model. Okay. Let me check Anthropic and see what Anthropic has. Anthropic has messaging model as well. Good. Okay. Now, what is the basic difference? In fact, what is the core difference between these ones by my right versus these ones by my left? See these ones like the core nodes, but the ones by my left, see them as the core nodes, while you see the ones by my right as app-based nodes. All right, good. So, but then what is their core difference? These ones, you can see the logo is here. This logo is unique. Why is it unique? Everybody here knows Gemini, right? This is Gemini logo. Abi?
Yes, sir.
This is ChatGPT logo, and this is Anthropic logo. Okay. Now, if I open Gemini, I will only be able to choose only Gemini models. Look at model here. I will only be able to choose only Gemini models. Look at Gemini, everything about Google. Lyria, Gemini, robotics, deep research, but all of them are Google Gemini provided. Do you understand? Now, this one here has to do with the company that owns them. Only their own models are inside each of them. You cannot go into Gemini to choose ChatGPT. You cannot go into ChatGPT to choose Gemini. You cannot go into Anthropic to choose ChatGPT. But if you open ChatGPT, you will see different models of ChatGPT. Please, what did I say? If you open ChatGPT, you see what? Different models
of
ChatGPT. And if you open Gemini, you will see what again? Different models of Gemini. All right. Now, inside this ChatGPT, just like I've opened Gemini, and you saw different Gemini models. That is also how you're going to see different ChatGPT models. See, GPT image, GPT-5, 3.5 turbo, 4 row mini, 5 codecs, and everything. You see them, right? These are all ChatGPT ones. Now, the difference between these one are company-based or app-based or model-based. So I'm going to delete them because right now we do not need them. I've explained them You can use them whenever you want, all right? Whenever you want to use them within their own API, you use them. However, these ones are nodes. These ones here they are nodes that perform specific or various tasks using models, using different models. So here you actually have the leverage or liberty to choose any model you want. You understand? For instance, here I can come here to put Gemini. Do you understand? You can integrate any of the model you want. I'll come back to put Gemini. Whether I put Gemini, this one will still do its work. If I remove Gemini and put ChatGPT, if I put ChatGPT, it will still do its work. If I remove ChatGPT and put Grok, it will still do its work. Do you understand? It will still do its work. It will still do the work it's supposed to do, regardless of the model. However, models affect production. All right. There are models, for instance, 4.1 mini, okay, will produce a certain type of result. But when you now use higher one like 5.1, it will also produce a different kind of result. In fact, you still be seeing it there. You understand? So let me now explained how you use them with their difference, right? But then what are they now used for? This one is the king orchestrator. It is your chatbot. It is your email writer. In fact, it is everything. This AI agent here is everything you can do with an AI. This one. It is everything you can do with an AI. So call it the Baba. I say she call it what? The Baba. Call it what again?
Baba.
Thank you. Now, this is Baba of all of them, right? Which is why people use it to even do things they're not supposed to use it for. It is your chatbot. It is your orchestrator in multi-agent system. It is your email writer. It is your script writer. It is your document analyst. It is your QA analyst. It is anything. It is your customer care. It is your personal assistant. Only this guy. But what assigns those roles to it? Your prompting. Your prompting tells it who it should be. It is also your onboarding master or your onboarding staff. But your prompting tells it what to do and what not to do. All right? That is this one. So, like I said, that is why people use it for everything. But then, there are other nodes. There are other nodes, N-O-D-E-S. There are other nodes that are made for specific functions. For instance, people use this node, this AI agent, to do sentiment analysis. Read a text. For instance, you want to use it to read a feedback form or a feedback system or an email so that it should read and understand the person's sentiment, the person's feeling, and tell you if it is negative or positive. They will use AI agents, not knowing that there is a specific node for that task, which is sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis, its own job is read through this, output or tell me what you think or how the person sounds. You can see that already it has positive, it has neutral, it has negative. If you feed it a sentiment, if you feed it text here now and tell it to analyze and tell you where it belongs, if it is positive, if it is negative, you see, it will do that for you, right? But your AI agent can also do it for you. But what is the difference? The issue with AI agents is that when your AI agent is overwhelmed, it starts giving you wrong results. Quote me anywhere. When it is overwhelmed or overworked or giving lot of tasks. For instance, one AI agent load, you're telling it to write an email, you're telling it to analyze a text, you're telling it to output the result of the analysis, you're telling it to score the lead, you're telling only one AI agent, you're giving it 5 tasks, and you think it's going to produce correctly. Sometimes it will, in fact, most times it will sleep. And when it sleeps, it gives you wrong answer. I've seen that in lead calculation. So instead of using your code node to do it, you use your AI agent to do it. And when you use your AI agent to do it, what happens? Sometimes it sleeps. People you should calculate as low, it could give them high because of maybe one text that person entered or not. Understand? It will calculate it as high instead of putting it as low. You understand? So this is sentiment analysis for your feedback system, or using it to read through people's sentiments, your customer sentiments or things like that. You use it, right? This is information extractor. Just like we use code nodes, right? You have a text, you have a long text that you want to pull out data from, specific data. For instance, if you have 5-page documents, all right, or just like people in the last class, you know what I'm talking about. People that just finished my last class, you should know if you are here, you should know what I'm talking about, right? And we're also going to repeat that here because it's one of the this thing, complex documents. That's all right. So let's say you build a document review system or a contract review system, so that when people submit their contracts to you, maybe your company is collecting people's contracts, right? So when they submit contracts to your company, right, your company doesn't now have to manually review those contracts one by one, but AI should review it and do what? Output and store accurately. Okay. Now, in that contract, you'll be wondering, how do you now extract to know who filled it, to know how much is in the contract, to know everything, right? You can use your information extractor, or you want to build job pipeline, job application pipeline. For instance, I'm just giving instances, right? Now, you want that, okay, inside that job description, you want it to extract the email address where it is going to. You want it to extract the job requirement. You want it to extract the job salary if present. You want it to extract the job qualifications. Now, what information extractor is going to do for you is to extract those things one by one and output them differently as separate outputs. Not using your AI agent to just run through it. But this one is going to now ensure they come out as separate outputs. So that 5-page document that is coming as a full document, we go there. It will now look at it and say, okay, these are job requirements. It will put it as a job requirement output. This is salary. It will output it as salary output. This is job description. It will output it as job description. This is job email. It will output it. This is company. It will output it. This is application deadline. It will output it. So it will read through that document A to Z and look for those specific information you want it to output. So now output them. Okay. So it is not every time you use your AI agent to do everything. And this information I'm giving you right now, you may not get it just any other place. Make I go smart. Okay, another one that looks like it is the text classifier. Now, your text classifier, instead of using your AI agent to say, okay, classify this text according to this. No, there is a node made to classify text. One of the places I keep using text classifier is the email. Let's say you're building an email management system, right? And there are different email that hit that inbox. So when those emails come in, okay, your workflow will read the email, but your workflow reading the email, is it enough? It is not enough. It needs to now say, okay, for instance, let's say, where is this person? Funnel upscale, is he here? Is funnel upscale here? Funnel upscale, are you here? Fatima, are you here? Fatima Kasim. Okay, Fatima Kasim is here. Okay, Fatima Kasim.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Fatima Kasim, let's talk.
Okay.
You run a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
What business do you run? Is it something you can share?
Yeah, it's a community where I teach on drop shipping and digital products
Okay,
and
drop shipping.
other means of earning online basically.
Okay, good. Now, what are those other means of earning online? Like, can you name them?
Yeah.
Let me.
So we've got eBay drop
Drop shipping.
shipping, we've
Okay,
got
eBay drop.
eBay
What?
drop shipping, we've got TikTok affiliate,
Okay.
we've got digital products.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay, so let's use these three. So let's say people keep sending you emails to inquire about your services. All right. And you have these three kind of businesses. Okay. But then the third person can send you email asking for eBay dropshipping, right? Another
Mhm.
person can send you an email asking for Amazon dropshipping. Another
Yeah.
person can send you an email asking for TikTok affiliate marketing, right?
Yes.
Now, but you have different fees and different details about them, right?
Exactly.
Now, good. Now you now build an email management system. Now, this email management system, what does it do? It will now read through your email, classify them. Okay, what is this person asking for? Is it Amazon? It will classify it as Amazon dropshipping inquiries. Classify the other one as any other email that comes in for eBay, to classify it as eBay inquiries. TikTok, it will classify it as TikTok, then goes to label them. Let me show you an instance about labeling here. Now, here, right, I have labels here, the AI automation, anything that comes about AI automation comes the application, banks, newsletters, personal, service inquiries, and Upwork, right? Now, these are my labels, okay? Now, let's say I build a workflow that will go into my inbox, read through my messages, any message that comes in, it will label them according to where they belong and reply them with the details of what that person is asking for. Do you understand? This is now where you use your text classifier. You now tell it that, okay, these are the kind of emails you're expecting. So if any email that talks about Amazon dropshipping, classify it as Amazon. Then you now put your email. You understand? You see how it will keep classifying them accordingly. So instead of using your AI agent, you use your text classifier that was built for that purpose to classify. You understand?
Yeah.
Then good. So this one here, okay. So thank you for the interaction. Yeah. So this one here is your basic LLM chain. Now, what does basic LLM chain do? Your basic LLM chain is just like your message writer, your text writer, just like your AI agent does. But the difference between your AI agent and your basic LLM chain is that your AI agent is chatbot, it does every other thing. Actually, your AI agent can do what all these other ones do if you prompt them, but you are risking um, um, an unsteady results or unstable results.
I
You
have a
understand?
question.
Hold on. Jot your question there. Just give me 2 minutes. All right. Now,
Okay, sir.
this basic LLM chain is mostly used to write text. Like you want to write an email, you want to write a message, you want to write something, text generally, that is what it is. But I don't bother using it. Understand? I don't bother using it. Okay? Because I use my AI, I use the AI agent to do what I should use this for. The summarization chain, just like the name says, it summarizes documents, it summarizes things, text. So long as text is coming in, you tell it to summarize it. If you tell it, if I send in a text into it and tell it maybe it's 100-page document and I tell it to summarize it into only 10 sentences, to summarize it only into 10 sentences, right? That is what it does. Okay? While this, like I said earlier on, I've not used this before, but question and answer chain is like just like you have your RAG system where you have documents, right? You just want you want it to be pulling answers from, right, documents or something like that. Though I've never used this, but instead of me to even use it from the way I'm seeing it, I'd rather use this and build a RAG system around it. Okay. So any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Maybe let's see if we can build something with a use case. Maybe a simple chatbot, then you take an assignment to go and do.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
So this AI agent note the sentiment analysis,
Yes.
or can any of these agent note can you pass a link, a specific link to maybe news or something, and then it's the AI agent goes through the link and then extract the information from the link and give sentiment or analysis based on the information it's read from the link?
No. I know what you want to do, but no. This is the thing, right? You only look at it. It only analyzes text.
Okay.
Do you understand? There's nothing else it analyzes. It only analyzes text. All right. So this text, yeah. So you provide it a text, it analyzes it, and move on.
What about the AI agents, the Baba of them all? Can it do it as well?
Yeah, the AI agent can browse, but know that a lot of times AIs either will refuse to go to the internet to browse a website, or a website restricts them from penetrating. So you cannot, you cannot. I don't know. Have you taken any link to ChatGPT before and tell it to, and it will tell you that there's a restriction for it to check that website?
Yeah, so AI does that, like Meta AI, the WhatsApp Meta AI does it very, very well.
Even ChatGPT, the only AI I know that penetrates into web links very well is Grok. Grok goes into web links to read through. Yeah. But AI, see ChatGPT, and no, I cannot. Don't even do it. Yeah. But then using that, you are risking producing a wrong result. For demo, it's flashy, it's nice, but for production, no. Yeah, that's a risk you may not like to take.
Okay, sir.
Right. So any other questions before we go into doing something? Any other questions? Okay, no other questions. All right. But I hope everybody understands this. Okay, I hope everybody understands it, and you're ready to take home an assignment. That's always the sweet part, right? Okay, so I delete this all. Okay, let me keep Let me keep this. Let me delete this. Let me delete all these. Sorry, let me delete this. Delete this. And delete all these. Look at this here. Look at this here. And let me bring out one here. And let me bring out one here. Message a model. Message a model. Let me check tools. Okay, yeah, look at this has web search here. That's that one that has. I actually want to check something here. If they have added it. Okay, it's not here yet. They haven't added it. Simplify outputs. Okay, it's not here. Now, this guy here and these other ones can do the same thing. All right. They can do the same thing. This one generates text. This one generates text. The only difference is this one is model specific. It only uses one model. So it only uses one LLM. Let me not say one model. It only uses one large language model. As it is ChatGPT, it is ChatGPT. The same thing with Gemini. If you bring that out of Gemini, it is also the same thing, right? Now it only uses one large language model, right? But this is for writing a message. This is for writing a message, and this is for writing a message. Because I'm explaining this now because I am going to give you an assignment. I'll give you an assignment either today or Saturday on it. So be ready. Okay. So what it does is that it writes text. It writes text. This writes text, and this also writes text. But this is the verbal, right? But then there is something missing here, which I was checking, and that thing missing is an output parser. An output parser. An output parser is another important aspect of these AI nodes or AI agents, right? Look at an output parser. Then another important thing is also fallback model. Let me turn them off. How many tails does he have here? Look at this. How many tails does he have? Only one tail, right? By the time I go there and turn all those things on, 1, 2. How many tails does he have now? 3 tails. And all these tails are self-explanatory. Look at this. This model here means the main model it will work with. That model, if you want it to work with ChatGPT, Gemini, or Open Router or anyone, this is the main model. Assume this is your main plan. Your main plan. Then this is fallback model. Fallback model is a backup model in case this main one has an issue. Maybe the token finishes, server downtime, or anything happens, or API resets, or anything happens. It will fall back to this one to ensure that your workflow continues running without breakage. Without a fallback model, if something happens, if something goes wrong with your main model, your workflow will start erroring out. You start producing errors. But when you have fallback model, when this one fails, this one will kick in. and this one will start working. You're going to see all that in practice. All right. So don't get clouded. Let your eye not blur. Let your brain not get clouded. Right. So just chill. Okay. Other one here is output parser. This output parser, look at it here. Let me put output parser here. This output parser is very, very important, extremely important. And here you're going to write some codes. But just like we know, we have a way to generate our codes, right? This output parser, it is super important because that is where you separate output from your agent. For instance, let me give you an instance and say, let me put Gmail node here. Let me put Gmail node. Send a message. My laptop is going, my laptop is let me put send a message. Now inside this Gmail node, right? I'm just explaining today. Inside this Gmail node, there is subject and there is email. If you want your AI to be producing subject and to be producing email body and email subject, if you don't give it an output parser to produce both the email body and email subject as one output, it will not separate them. So output parser enables your AI agent to separate different bodies or outputs differently. For instance, you wanted to write book or you wanted to write story for you, or I'm just giving instance, right? And you now wanted to write scene 1, scene 2, scene 3. Like let's just have scene 1, scene 2. Now, if you tell it to, okay, prompt, write full story with 5 scenes. Scene 1, talk about this. Scene 2, talk about that. Scene 3, talk about this. Scene 4, talk about this, right? It's going to just output it as plain text. But by the time you put an output parser telling it to produce scene 1, produce scene 2, produce scene 3, right, it is going to produce that. The output parser is also important because of slippage. Sometimes your AI agent or your AI node may not or may skip to output certain things, but because you have an output parser, it will never skip to produce them. You understand? Maybe you can tell your AI agent to produce email and subject, for instance. If you don't have your output parser, it is also going to produce them as one day, right? But sometimes it may skip to produce subject and produce only email body. Okay? But with output parser will guide it. Output parser will be telling it, in anything you do, don't skip to produce this. In anything you do, don't skip to produce. So it will not now skip to produce it. All right, that is what output parser does. So it is also very, very important. It is a very important node or tool. Another thing you have to find out is this. Let me not delete all these ones. Another thing you have to find out is there is difference between when I add Gmail node here. Tool. Please ignore this human in the loop for now. When I add Gmail 2 here, can you see the shape is different? Can you see the shape is different? Can you see it is different?
Yes.
Okay. Look at this. They are different, right? The shape is different. Now, let me add this same Gmail here. Let me add this same Gmail here. I know why I'm taking my time to take you through this so that tomorrow you will not say, so what I'm saying, when you're adding a node under the AI agent, you know that what you're adding is a tool. So if the shape is square, it means that you just did it wrong. Okay. Now, look at this. You can see that this has a different shape from this. This has different shape from this. This is a standalone node, while this is an agent tool. This is a tool under the agent. So this one cannot connect to this. Look at it. It can never connect. Never can it connect. Even if I disconnect this, look at. Even if I disconnect it, it can never connect. Can you see? When I drag it, it goes back. All right. And this one can never connect to this. It can never connect. I mean, never, ever, ever will it connect to it. All right. Good. So it means that these round ones are tools under the AI nodes. The round ones are tools under the AI tool. In an instance where you need to give the AI tools to use, do not give it as an output. Output is when it comes here. But if you can connect this to this, look at it. That's connected, right? Because there's an output, it's an output. So if I tell you, because I'm going to give you an assignment today to build a simple assistant, AI assistant, right? I don't want to see anybody adding Gmail here or adding spreadsheet here. If you do it, you have failed it. Know it ahead of time that you have failed it. Okay? And I go yab you for good. I go yab you well for good. If you do it, in fact, I will carry that machine gun for you first of all before I yab you. If you do it, you have failed it. Okay? So when you are feeding your AI agent tools to use, they are coming under it and they have to be round. All right? Then anything coming here is an output from your AI agent, while anything coming in through the left is an input. So just like you know, the right is an output, the left is an input. The bottom is our tools it should use, the things it should use to work or to perform. All right? So let's delete all this and build a very simple AI agent or a chatbot that we can call our personal assistant. So everybody is going to build their own personal assistant. All right? Then I will now give you an assignment to do and add specific tools. I'm not going to add those tools here, but you will go, because you have this night, Thursday, Friday, then Saturday morning to present your assignment. So no excuses. All right. Now, I'm going to start by building my AI agent. So when I add this AI agent, I'm adding it afresh. I'm adding the AI agent, and I want this AI agent to be my simple personal assistant. How do I want it to be my personal assistant? Why should it be my personal assistant? And how is it going to be my personal assistant? Number one thing we should notice is, look at here. If I click on open chat, this thing under here is going to open. When it opens, look at where you can type in your chat here by the left here. Are you seeing this? This is where I'm hovering. This is where you type in your chat. But if it is too big for you, you can choose to pull it down. Reduce it. Do you understand? You can choose to reduce it, pull it down. I mean this one, but just to pull it down. But how do you collapse it? There are two ways to collapse it. Either on this edge here, you click on it, it collapses, or here. So whenever I'm with you on this live, I tell you, collapse your chart or hide your chart. Just be fast to do that. At this stage now, there are no more. Now, this is how I'm going to be treating everybody. I will assume that there are no more chances for you to be slow, all right? Or there are no more chances for you. I know everybody understands at different pace, right? But I just need you to use this to catch it up fast, all right? There are no more chances for you to start doubting your capabilities. Automation is not something you should doubt your capability. It's something you should do it. Look at it that it worked or it did not work. If it doesn't work, undo, redo. If it still doesn't work, undo, redo. If it still doesn't work, you can now call for assistance. Do not give up because it doesn't work. Do not say, "Oh, when the class starts, I'll ask teacher to show me." By doing that, you're going to spend our time. Do you understand? Always ask for assistance. There are a couple of, how many persons have I helped today, even yesterday, to fix 1802? All right. So please, always ask your questions in the group. All right. I only ignore your questions if you don't send screenshots. I will ignore you. If I see that, okay, what you're doing, you ignore the video that is available to you, and you're coming to ask what has already been, what you can easily find in the video, I will ignore you. These are the people I ignore. I think somebody did not send screenshot the other, and the person was saying he sent it something. I just told him, okay. All right. So I will ignore you if you don't send screenshots or video of your problem. I will definitely ignore you. The best I can do is, okay, you're having issues, I'll just tell you, okay, and I will leave you. All right. So another way you can also collapse this is by clicking hide chat. Open, hide. Please, everybody unmute your mic. Repeat after me. Open and close. 1, 2, go. Open and close. Open
And close.
and close. Open again.
Open and
And
close.
close. All right. I don't want somebody to say tomorrow they don't know how to collapse it. I will bite your ear. All right. So
Yeah, excuse me, sir. Please,
Yes,
can I
yes.
ask you something? You said the other day that when our N8N subscription is about to finish, we should let you know so you can teach us how to transfer our workflows.
yeah,
So-
I did that in the last class now.
Oh,
Okay.
No,
You did it towards the ending. He said I should remind you to do it again.
So I was not.
Let me do it before I continue this. Let me show you. How do you download or import your workflow? Now, let me explain. You go here, see these 3 dots here at the top right. See here. You go here, you click it, you click on download. If I download this workflow is going to be downloaded as JSON. Look at it. JSON. You can see workflow 45, JSON. All right, let me open my download list. Can you see workflow 45? All right. If I want to import it anywhere, I will open a blank workflow like this. I will come here to click these 3 dots, and I will click on import from file. Import from file. I'll click on import from file. I will choose that workflow and import. Anybody not understand?
okay, understood. Understood. Thank you, sir.
All right. Confident. Confidence. Did you understand? Is she still here?
She left.
She left. She said she's having headache.
Okay, yeah, she said she's having a headache. All right. So let me now continue from here. Now, this AI agent here now, right?
Okay.
This AI agent, it has this chat input as a default trigger, always. Here is going to be the chat model. Now, for you people using free accounts, right? N8N is going to give you free open AI tokens. All right, N8N is giving you free open AI tokens up to 100 you can use to run your test. Then you can you also create Gemini. Gemini renews their own every day. Even when you finish making use of your Gemini one, they will renew every day, right? Then you can also create an open router. Like me, I found my open router. Open router is easier for me to use because I choose between any models. Okay. Then also, if you people decide to say, okay, you want to contribute to run an open router account, you guys can contribute. I fund your open router account as a community. All right. Then I'll give you people the API, you people start using it. It is not compulsory because your Gemini will give you free tokens every day. Your ChatGPT, all right, when you integrate your ChatGPT here, all right, you will receive free tokens. That free token can serve you few testings. You understand? Then you now integrate your Gemini. So open router is absolutely not compulsory. Then register on open router. When you register on open router might give you free tokens as well to use on Gemini 2.5 Flash. They will give you free tokens to use on Gemini 2.5 Flash. And they might also give you to use on OpenAI ChatGPT 4.0 Mini. You understand? If they give you on these two, that means you have a very good model you can use. All right. So here, I'm going to put my open router. Now, you should also note that, please, very important. When you link your large language, when you link your AI, for those of you who have, some of you will have subscribed ChatGPT account. No, it will not work here. That your subscription will not work here. Please listen carefully. If you have a subscribed ChatGPT account, subscribed Gemini account, it will not work here because API is pay as you use. They will not charge you from that your premium account. You have to link your card to your ChatGPT so that they will be charging from your card, not from your subscription. So if you have your ChatGPT subscription, just know that you're still going to be using it as your normal ChatGPT. You're not going to use it here. You're not going to use your API key anywhere on that subscription, but you can only use it on your normal ChatGPT app. Okay? Because your API keys are pay as you use. If you don't understand what pay as you use, you can ask me. Pay as you use means that as you're using it, you are paying. They are charging you, or you are paying based on your usage. You're not paying monthly subscription. You're not paying monthly usage, not weekly usage. But the more you use, the more you pay. The less you use, the less you pay. It's like you recharging your airtime with credit. You make a call, you pay for it. Simple as that. You understand? So it is different. It is not monthly subscription. So let me repeat. If you have ChatGPT monthly subscription, it will not work. API keys are pay as you use. That is for LLMs. All right? But it's not all API keys that are paid. There are some API keys that can give you at the rate of maybe 100, just differently, right? But you don't have to spend money on your AI because you have free options. And I've told you those free options, which you can use. So integrate your Gemini. Gemini will always give you. Gemini 2.5 Flash will always give you free daily tokens every day. Okay. All right. So here I'm going to disconnect this. Now, this is back to the class. Back to the class. All right. This here is the AI agent, right? Is a chatbot. Now, this is just a chatbot. This is just an AI agent. But if I open the chat and ask and send hi, it is going to break. Let me reload. It's waiting for call. Let me reload. This after this, I'll take questions after this. The class is ending by 9:30. We have only 5 minutes to go. If I send hi, you can see that it has broken. Now it broke, but I have some red signs. And what are those red signs? A chat model subnode must be connected and enabled. Do I need to go and start calling coach? I will just read it, right? What is the error? And what is the error flashing? AI agent. All right. Chat model. So where is the chat model? There is no chat model here, right? So I'm going to connect the chat model and I'll tell it, hi. I'm doing this step by step so that you get. Now, it's telling me, hello, how can I assist you today? If I tell it again, okay, let me ask it, who are you? Who are you? What is it telling me? Say, I am ChatGPT, an AI language model created by OpenAI. So what I have successfully done here is the same thing as my ChatGPT app. That is what I've done. I've just replicated that your ChatGPT app. So you've not done anything special. You've not even done anything. It's not commendable. You've just done brother dash. Do you understand? Good. It's even worse than the ChatGPT app because the ChatGPT app will remember you. Okay. So what is the next thing? If I ask it again, hi, it will still tell me, hello, how can I assist you today? And I ask it again, hi, it just repeat the same, hello, how can I assist you? So it is treating every chat as a new message. It treats every message as a new message. But now I need it to start remembering things so that it will know that, okay, it has chatted with this person. So what do? I will add it memory. Let's go with simple memory. There are other memory options, but let's go with simple memory here. Now, this simple memory, let's ignore these other ones. On Saturday, we'll touch them. Simple memory, what I need you to touch to understand today is simple memory has context window length. Context window length means the length of chat it can remember you chatted it. If I put only 5 and I start chatting it, when I'm done chatting 5 messages and I keep going, it will forget it has chatted with me. So if you know that, okay, you want your AI to remember that active session, longer chats, all right, you can say 20 so that you start to remember at least 20 messages in that active session, all right? Okay, that is what this memory is. Memory is just like you have a memory. You remember things just to make you remember. The context window length makes it remember duration or how many chats. Now, not duration per se, but how many chats. For instance, this hi is 1 chat. Another hi here is another chat. That's 2. This hi is the number 3. This who are you is number 4. This one is number 5. This one is number 6. So had it been if I put it 5 context window length, only this chatting here, it has forgotten because it is context, it is simple memory. Do you understand? But when you're using things like the Postgres memory and other database memory, right, it will keep storing all the chats. It will be storing and storing and storing. So whenever that session ID comes, it will pull it up and remember you. We'll go into that when we enter RAG systems, okay? So now, listen to this. Just watch my screen. I'll send it high now. You see that the tone will change. Hello, how can I assist you today? Hi. What does this mean? Hi again. What does it mean?
Means it remembers that it
Yes,
has
I
already
remember.
told
Yeah.
you what can I do for you or what can I assist you before.
Okay, which means it has started remembering that it's chatting with somebody. Now, let me also send it another hi. Hi, it looks like you're saying hi again. which means it is now, it has remembered that, okay, I've sent it high before, I've sent it high again, and I've still sent it high, another high, right? Now, still send it another high.
It's getting angry.
Say, hello, I am here to help. Could you please clarify what you mean by, you get? Hi. Now, see, let me provoke it. Hello, how can I assist you? Hello. Feel free to let me know if you have questions or need help. Okay. Hello, it seems we are going in circles. If you need anything, you get? I'll tell it another hi. Hello again. If there's something specific you would like to discuss or ask, just tell me. I'm here to help. Let me ask it another hi. This is to tell you that it keeps hi. If you are testing, that's totally fine. Whenever you are ready to chat or ask something, I'm here. So it is getting tired. It is getting tired of me saying hi, and it is now remembering that I'm chatting with it, right? But one thing here still remains: who are you? You have successfully built your normal ChatGPT app, which is unnecessary for you to do. But say I'm ChatGPT and open blah blah blah, right? What makes it different now is now your prompting. Your prompting makes it different. You can go extra mile to learn prompt engineering. Okay, this is not a prompt engineering class though, but you can go extra mile to learn prompt engineering. But this class will explore how to do what? Add prompting. All right. Then if you want to, when you want to prompt it, please leave this side. I will not explain this side today. I will explain it only in practice. This side. Okay. Now, assuming I want to, okay, let's say I actually want to add prompts. All right. So let's leave this side for now. I'm going to also explain on Friday, on Saturday. We have a lot of time on Saturday. It's late already. I'll click on add option and add system message. When I click on this system message, it will open. And when it opens, I'll click on this expression and this toggle here. I will start from giving it identity. Okay, so let me say you are Amara. No, let me not use Amara. Who else should I use? You are a Pexo, a very smart and okay. You are an expo and a Pexo, an executive assistant to chiefs. Only this thing I wrote here is going to change its personality and it will start assuming. Right? So let me open it again and say hi. Hello, how can I assist you today? Our prompt hasn't kicked in. So hello again, let me know if there's anything to help. Okay. So let me say hi again. All right. Now you can see here, read through this place. You see you are a Pexo. It has kicked in finally, right? But this is delaying, which I don't know why it's delaying. You see my network? I don't know. So let me just reload. When things like this happen, just reload. Or it could be Open Router's server. Could be any of them, right? So let me now come here and say hi. Hello, how can I assist you today? Now let me ask you, who are you? What did he say? I am Apexo, your executive assistant, here to help you with tasks, scheduling, information, and more. How can I assist you? So where did it bring all these ones? Because these are the things an executive assistant does. These are the things executive assistant does. So that is why he brought up all this one. So its personality is changing little by little, right? Then you can go ahead to tell it other things, okay? But right now, let's do this. Let's add a tool, at least let's add a tool for you to know, okay, how to add a tool. So if I add a tool here and add my Gmail, if I add a tool and add my Gmail tool, and inside this Gmail tool, I'm choosing operation to be send, right? Send. All these other things here, I am allowing AI to choose. And how do you allow AI to choose? Because you need to allow AI to choose because it is going to decide where to pick that data, right? I'm allowing it to choose. Who is it sending it to? It to choose by clicking this AI symbol. Okay. Click this message. I'll click this. I'll change HTML to text, right? And I will turn off N8N attribution. I will turn it off. Okay. Now, this is this. This is for send message. Now, listen. For anything you want to add to your AI, you must add that node separately. If you want it to send the message, you must add a node, send message. If you want it to read your emails, you must add the node, read or get emails, get menu. If you want it to reply, you must use the node reply. Send the message does not reply email, does not read your email. It will only send. It will not read, it will not reply. Do you understand that? Not because I'm going to give you an assignment today that you add your calendar, add a read email to, add spreadsheet to store and to read. We're going to add those things to the assignment. That's the assignment I'm giving to you today. So do not use only one node and assume that it's going to do other tasks. No, it will not. Do you understand? So if I tell it here, send an email to wischiefs@gmail.com that I will be late to the meeting, but he should keep a seat for me because my class rep will be angry if he doesn't. All right. Let's see how this is going to work. I see it's working. It has come here to send a message. All right. He said the email has been sent to his chief, informing them that you'll be late. So let me go to my email and check. Let me go to my email and check. Look at it. That sent the message. Hi, I want to inform you that I will be late to the meeting. Please keep a seat for me because my class rep will be angry if you don't. Thank you for understanding. Do you understand? So it has sent this message. Now, you don't need to prompt it much when you're giving it direct instructions. But if it is to act as a thing, if it is to act as a customer care, like if it is to interface with outside world, know that is when you should use your prompting to tighten it. Now, let me show you how this prompting something or how it reads the prompt. This is how it reads the prompt here. Look at this output here. Look at this output. Okay, sorry. No, it did not. It's not what I want to get. Okay, now look at the input here. Look at the input. This input is what I want. So let me turn off the output. This input is what I want, and let me open this other side. There's something I'm looking for. This is JSON. This is this. This is the output. Okay, overview. Okay, good. look at how it went. It went through this, went through AI agent, went through. Now, in this AI agent responded with this output, and this was the input it got, right? This was the input it got. Now, this open router, if a simple memory loaded the memory values, right? Now, the simple memory, look at what it loaded. Look at the things it loaded, what the AI agent fed it. Okay? I'm Apexo, your AI executive assistant. How can I assist? These are the things it loaded it right now. The charts, the chat model, look at the things it's processed on its own. Look at the things the chat model, these are the things it processed before it processed your message. It will first of all process that prompt. You are Apexo. So if your prompt so this is how the AI works. Okay, it will first of all read your prompt before reading the message. And as you're writing the message in that session, it will keep storing them in the memory and keep reading them to know how. So if your prompting says you are blah blah blue, you are blah blah blah, you are blah blah this, you are blah blah that, do blah blah this, do blah blah this, it will first of all read those instructions before reading your hi. If you send it 10 messages and you're sending the 11th message, before it responds that 11th message, it will read that 10 messages, understand what you people were already talking about before responding the 11th message to you. You understand? So that is it. So your assignment, we'll continue this on Saturday. So your assignment is going to be build a personal assistant AI agent or chatbot. Give it a prompt, a better prompt than I did. Be flexible with it. Like show me, be creative with it. Give it a prompt. Please, who is that our assignment taker? Kiri Ambulem.
Victor.
Is it Victor?
It's Kirian, it's not me.
Sorry, it's
Coach Beauty.
It's Kirian. So Kirian, please help me take down the assignment here. Build
because you reach to deny this sharply.
Okay, so build a simple chatbot with an improved prompt that reads your email, number one, replies to your email, fixes appointment on your calendar, and stores data on sheets. 4 things. Reads email, send email, fix appointments on calendar, store data on sheets, and reply email too. So send, reply, and read. That's five tools. So I'll be taking any questions now, and that will be all.
Please, can you recap again on the assignment, please? One more time.
If I'm recapping, that means I'll have to add more things. Let me add more things because you people have enough time. We started this class at the point there were 32 persons, but now it's 23 rather. That's good though. So build a simple AI or a simple chatbot or a simple assistant that reads your email, replies your email, sends email, stores data on spreadsheets, and books appointments on calendar. And also check your appointment on calendar. Yes, teaching.
Yeah, I understand what you are doing. Yeah, but I'm just suggesting something. You've done a lot today, which is good. I don't know about everybody. If everybody just digested what you did, and on top, you are giving an assignment, which is good. But you know, some of us are so busy that we shuffle between your teachings and later go back to your videos and get the understanding of the videos. So my suggestion would be, anytime you introduce a new something, you at least give us that day or that period to go into your videos and digest whatever you've taught, get to understand it well before you give assignment in probably the next class. That will help everybody to really get the impulse of what you are doing. But you just did it, you gave us assignment, we go back to the videos, and it will be like we are doing a firefighting approach. We look at the video and solve the problem. It wouldn't help much.
We need the approach. Like me, the assignment is very good, sincerely. It tells.
That's what I'm saying. I get it. It's okay. It's okay.
So
I'm not speaking for everybody, though.
So
man, if a woman can do it, man can do better. I don't have excuse, please.
No, what I'm saying, you really don't get it. For me, I can do more than he's teaching.
I get.
I'm a programmer. I can do whatever more than he's teaching. But from the messages on the side, from the beginning, I see somebody saying, I don't understand waiting this up.
Who said that?
He said, Wallahi, I don't understand waiting this up.
Precious, actually. Yeah. It's Precious here. Precious, where are you?
Actually, if he's teaching, most times I see somebody is just like, to me, most times I don't even understand. But if I go back to listen to the video, practice it, so I understand it more better.
Exactly.
So
That is it.
So this is
so that is why I'm saying
this is the thing, right?
You go
this
back
is
to
the
the
thing,
videos, watch the video, digest whatever is being taught, understand it very well. Now, if an assignment is given, you can do the assignment so well that you wouldn't come back to the group page and ask questions.
Yes, Stitchy, right? The idea is this. I get where you're coming from. Is also right. Okay, I get where you're coming from. But trust me, if we say, if I say, let me finish it all before giving the assignments, right? People feel, a lot of people here will feel relaxed. I don't want anyone to feel relaxed. You understand? So some people will feel relaxed that, okay, they will wait for the next class. Now there is, see the gap between now and now. If not for the assignment, trust me, a lot of people here are not going to refer back to that video. If not for the assignment, they wouldn't go back to watch that video. So with the assignment, exactly, you've confessed. Yeah. So the assignment will just help help people like that. They will go and watch it and challenge themselves to do it. Now, the assignment, right, is not, just like I said from the day one, that what the assignment does for you is to help you to understand the next class. You see that I did not finish everything about AI. Even the AI agent, even the prompting, I did not finish everything about it today. But it's just for you, when you go, you practice, you do the assignment. I will need you to get stuck. If you don't get stuck, you will not learn it well. Trust me. If you don't do it and get stuck somewhere, get confused. If I always come to solve it for you, I'm giving you the easy way out. And that easy way out, in as much as, yes, we need, the word is difficult already, so we need the easy ways out, right? But when I always give you that easy way out, trust me, you feel you feel lazy to go and practice those things. But when you get stuck, the point where you got stuck today, when you made that point again next week, next 2 weeks, next month, it will be easy for you to resolve. You understand? You can even see that I'm not the money we say let's collect. Nobody has paid. Nobody is paying. I'm not even complaining. But I just like the fact that majority of people here are actually doing that as the assignment, and it's actually very good. So it's normal. All right. So let me say this: it is normal if you don't, if each new class is overwhelming. Okay, there is no skill that is easy to learn. It is normal if it feels overwhelming to anybody. Precious, Ray, where is Ray? Is Ray here? Is Ray here? It's normal if the classes feel overwhelming, but what makes it better is when you practice. When you practice, right? When you watch it again. Now, the understanding you have now, when you're watching it tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night, trust me, it's not going to be the same understanding. You understand? It will just feel like magic that you are understanding that thing that was difficult for you to grab. Yeah, so that is the essence. Like I told you people, even before you registered on TikTok, I told you that my class is full of assignments. So I go press on an echo. I always say that because I need people to learn. I don't want it to be a session, a training session where you just pay your money, come and watch videos, you attend, and you go. I don't want people to feel relaxed because some people are hoping on these skills to make their earning from it. Understand? I want it to be so I want people to sit up. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Please, for the assignments now, we're only submitting just this one, the last one you mentioned, right? The first one, we are not doing that.
Which first one is that?
The one you first, the one you did first.
A HTTP node?
Yeah.
No. That HTTP node that's actually the conclusion of the HTTP node for now.
Okay.
So I've done the explanation. I've put it into practice. I've shown you how you can use it
So
on
we should not
other.
repeat that. We should not repeat that, right?
No. Don't repeat it as an assignment, but you can practice it. Always practice it.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Sorry, Gabriel, follow me.
Okay, thank you. Actually, you said what I wanted to say to Stitchy. I think I understand where he's coming from, but however,
The Stitchy is
if
actually
we,
right.
yeah,
He's
if we want to do it by conveniency, we might not really get much done, considering the time and everything. So it is better for us to have tasks at hand and try our best to work on it. So if there's anything that we want to ask, we can always come with it on Saturday. But at least we practice something by ourselves, and by that it's going to stick more. Because if we want to stay by watching videos, there are a lot of videos online that we can actually watch. But the purpose is for us to get our hands dirty. It is not compulsory for us to get it right, but at least we've done something, and there's something we can actually come with on Saturday to say, okay, I was trying to do this and I couldn't get through. I was trying to do this, I couldn't get through. So that was, I'm not objecting is, what's it called? But I'm just saying that we should not wait for convenience. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm at work, but I'm listening on my phone, I know I'm going to watch the video over again, maybe early in the morning around 5 a.m. or something. We just try to encourage ourselves to, since there's something we want to get out of it. So that's just what I want to say. Thank you.
all right. Thank you. Thank you for that. So everybody is actually seeing valid point in what Stitchy said, which I myself I said it's valid. It's valid, but let's try. Yeah. Kirian Gulem.
Okay. Such Shibweze, please. The last pointer in the assignment
The
to
last
send pointer to check for appointment in the calendar and should it send notification after checking the appointment?
no. Just check, just for it to read the calendar. I have now the reason for that is I want to see you. Use your get, read, and send, get, read, create, and all those functions in those notes. That's what that's the aim.
So I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
My question is this AI agent, can it be connected to existing workflow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it can. Remember, I said that news workflow we did that it's not done yet. So we are going to in this class, okay. We are going to go back to the plug in the AI agent there so that let it like rewrite the news for us. Remember, I said that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
All right.
So connecting the AI agent to the newsfeed is through this similar process we just did here.
Yes, so connecting that one, if you want to connect it, it's going to, if you can, I would appreciate if you can explore that, right? So what you need to do, let me share for those, now this is not compulsory, but for those who would like to go to extra mile, okay, maybe you want to change your input. This is how to change input here, right? Let me share my screen. If your eye don't blur already, close your eyes, so that it won't get more blurry. Now, this is it, how to change it. Now, assume you want to connect something else. You click on here, see source for prompt, user message. You change it to define below. When you change it to define below, here will become empty. Then you now map the input to here.
Is the screen visible, or am I the only one not seeing it?
Is it the only one not seeing it, or is every other person seeing my screen?
Your screen is kind of booked. It's not. It's just booked at the spots.
Yeah, we are seeing it.
Okay. So how about now? Is it still good?
Same with other people. Let me try refreshing.
Yeah, we are seeing your screen. We are seeing your screen.
Okay. Don't worry. Let me stop sharing and start sharing again. Coach BT, you're raising your hand. Go ahead. Coach BT.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I forgot what I was asking. I was asleep.
Okay. Okay, so are you able to see my screen now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. So if you want to change the input, so assuming I want to change this input, I will delete this, right? Let me say I want to change the inputs generally. I copy, I want to change it. I put it into another, just say I'm putting it to another workflow, right? But the thing is, when you're building it, you know that you're building something, you get. Good. So let me say I want to plug it into another workflow, all right? And I'm coming here to remove this, all right? Then I can paste it here. Yeah, I can paste it here, all right? Now, okay, since I have this, let me just use this as an illustration. So I get this here, right? Okay, good.
Hey, sorry, before I forget, I'm so sorry. Our N8N will expire in 3 days before Saturday.
Yes. I've shown you how to export. I said just create another one. When this one is expiring, yeah, I will give this coming week, this weekend, I'm going to announce the five people that won, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you can just create other accounts. That's fine.
Okay, no problem.
All right. So here now, I want to change this to put another input. I will click on you see that it's showing red, which means this is not a valid input. I'll click on this source for input. I'll click on define below. When I define below, I will now map the input I want to give it to use. You understand? So if the input I want to now, this one is now slightly different. If you want it to be a chatbot, fine, map this input. Maybe you want it to come from Telegram or WhatsApp, map this input and leave it. It's fine, okay? Then you can do system message, all right? Or you can also do system message here and tell it here, but in more useful cases, if you have a use case like this where you just have to rewrite something for you don't need to do that extra system message. You can just come here and say you are an experienced HR executive. Your task is to write a winning application for, understand, for the job details below. All right, they can say job description, understand, say company name. See that thing I did this in that time, I separated, right? Then you come and say job title, you put it here. Okay, then other things like you can also include these ones, all right? Other things like job responsibilities. You put, I don't know if you're going to pick this. But let's see if you're going to pick this object accurately. Okay, yeah, it did not pick this object, right? So it means that, yeah, we're going to now map this, just like that, just like that. Then you can give it comma, 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 comma. All right, you can give it comma or space or space or space, depending. But this is just a demo, right? Just to show you what. Now, if I produce this, it's giving an error. But why is it giving an error? Because of simple memory. So I do not need simple memory here. It's trying to force simple memory to run, but I don't need simple memory here. Okay. So let me just add something. Ensure to make it value driven and result driven. First 30 words must sell my AI automation skill. If you have a template, existing like this now, automation. If you have a template, you can put that template. Okay, so let me execute this. If you have a template, you can put a template that it should write with that exactly that template. Okay, so look at the output. Subject. Now you see subject. Just like I was explaining, there is no output parser, so it has output subject and the body together. Look at it here. Subject. So how do you separate the subject and the body? Say, dear Buleba hiring team, as a skilled AI automation specialist, I excel in harnessing blah 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 blah, delivering measurable results. I am excited to apply for this, and it shows you other things, your contacts, your LinkedIn. You can feed it all these things, right? But this is just a demo. Okay, fine. Let me put it to my email and show you the the challenge why I say you have to, things like output parser, they're important. Now look at subject. What do I put as subject? You understand? What do I put as subject? There is no, everything came the same. So let me just say I manually type subject as me. Okay, I manually type subject as me, and here I map the output. Because there is no output parser, you see how this email is going to appear. Then I'm going to show, for those of you who want to go and explore, I'm going to show you the essence of output parser. All right. See? This is a subject is now here. You get. But if there is an output parser, see this one, you have to feed it this one. But if there's an output parser, okay, let me turn this off. If there's output parser, it will separate the subject and the body. I'm doing this, please, so I'm doing this for people who want to go and go further step. This is not part of this class, so don't break your head. So if I put this output parser, right, and this code here, I'll just have to delete this one. All right, I'll have to delete this one, remove this, no, remove this here, and remove this. So instead of me to do long thing here, I'll just put, sorry. So let's put something, email body. So this will guide it. This is going to guide it to produce correctly. Email body. Get email subject. So in anything it does, it must produce email subject and email body. All right. That is the essence of the output parser. Now, let me execute this again. So you see what it does with the subject. And you see that be looking at this output parser. I say that it's green, right? Sometimes the output parser will error out. That's because the prompting you gave it and output parser does not align. Now look at it. It has outputted email subject separately and email body separately. So I can easily map the email subject here and email body. Okay, so when I execute, okay, so what is it? Okay, what is it trimming? Yeah, email body. Now, before it was output, so output is now an object containing subject and body. All right, so I needed to map it again. All right, so it has gone now, Abby. I hope it's not going. Now, this is the essence to pin. See, it has gone back to run this again. So let me go to, you can see it has produced subjects and body. You get. And something happened here. I am excited to apply for the blah, 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 blah. This is not what I wanted it to do, right? That is because there is no sample given to it. There is no prompt given to it to tie it down to a specific kind of, right? You can see this one as a skill. This one is more hooking, and I am excited to. What are you excited? Who told you to be excited? Is it my business that you're excited? Right. So this is it. So if I want to apply for these 10 jobs now, I want to apply for these 10 jobs, I'll just hit on execute to apply for them one by one, one by one, one by one. You get? If there is an email, I can use the extractor to extract the email, or use the code name to look for the email, or send the jobs with the link. So I can easily copy these written something and go and paste where I will apply. You get. So that is just it. All right. I actually need to stop recording because people will be scared when they see this part. Let me stop recording.